Hello, hello. It is a mostly ab lower back day. Actually, that's all we're doing today. And the other good news about today is we are on the floor the entire time. So if you have a mat or a towel, something you can lay down on, I totally support that. And otherwise, we're going to get right into it. So we have 9 moves, 45 seconds. The first move, you are going to be on one knee. So you have one knee forward and one knee back. All you're going to do is push into that front leg, opening up through your hip, and then pressing back into a standing position. So it's pressing in and pressing back. We are going to do 45 seconds on one side, then 45 on the other. So get yourself set up. Shoulders down and back. Let's take a nice deep breath in and out. All right, we are ready to rock. You're going to lean in, open up, stretch out that little muscle in your hip and back. Now your hip flexor is one of the smaller muscles, like comparative to your quad, which is a big muscle. But this little muscle in our hip is super important. Every time we move, it has to either contract or extend. And when we're seated, like at your desk or in a chair all day or driving, this little muscle stays contracted. So doing this stretch is so beneficial to contradict all of that sitting. All right, lift that up. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So take your time switching over. And shoulders back again. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Lean in, stretch out your hip, and press back. So when you press forward, you're leaning forward, stretching through your hip. But when you come back, you got to squeeze your glutes to come up tall. So press in, then activate your glutes, and come back. So this is, I know I said we were working mostly our abs, but there is a little bit of hip and glute in there today too. And you're just coming forward, holding it as long as you want, and then pressing it back so you can hold it longer than I am. You got to listen to your body. This is your 10 minutes. We give to people all day long. Just take these few minutes to listen to what your body is saying, doing, and all that. All right, next exercise. I want you to come onto your hands and knees. From here, I want you to everybody extend your right arm out and extend your left leg out. From here, you're just gonna bring that in and then you're gonna reach it out. All right, 3, 2, 1. So reach your right arm, left leg, bring it in. Reach your right arm, left leg, bring it in. So you're reaching one hand to one side of your room and the leg to the opposite. Come on, let's keep doing it. That you want to reach, 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 and bring it in. Trying to keep your hips and shoulders square to the ground and bring it in. So again, you're working your abs to hold you in this plank-like position. You're working your glutes every time you reach out. Good. And your lower back is activated in this move too. And release. All right, let's do the same thing, but on the other side. So you're gonna lift your left arm and your right leg. 3, 2, 1. So left arm, right leg. And if you feel shaky in this position, it's actually a good thing. Do you know a baby when they're starting to walk, they're really wobbly, right? Because they're activating muscles they legit have never used. So that wobbliness means that you're activating muscles that maybe you haven't worked in a while, and you're getting them to move for you. And just like a baby who eventually learns to be steady and walk, you are going to be more steady the more 10-minute workouts you do. So let's keep reaching this last one and bring it in. All right, next exercise, I want your hands a little bit more in front of you. All you're going to do is press your hips back, and then you're going to come forward into a high plank position. So when you push back, you can come forward into a low plank with your knees on the floor, or you push back and then press right up onto your toes into a plank, and then drop it back and do the same thing again. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Press it back, and then come up onto your knees or toes, and do that again. Press back, reach up. All right, I've done a few on my knees. I'm gonna pop up onto my toes the next one. You do what works for you. Reach back, pop up onto your toes or your knees. The key to this one is, I'm just gonna give you a few different angles. Reaching back and popping up, and feel that back stretch out, and then squeeze your abs and your glutes. Hands are directly under your shoulders. Let's do that one more time. And release. All right, we are gonna do everybody's favorite push-ups. Now in your push-up, I want you to have your hands just outside of your chest. So right outside you. From here, all you're gonna do is take a nice deep breath in. You're gonna squeeze everything in your core. So abs, glutes, legs, and then you're gonna press up onto your knees. If you wanna press up onto your toes, go ahead. But that's what we're gonna do. 3, 2, 1, squeeze everything, exhale and push. Drop it back down. Good, squeeze everything, push into your arms and lift. Good, let's do that again. Squeeze your glutes, tight through your abs, press up and release that down. So notice as you squeeze up, you're pushing into your chest, but your abs are nice and tight, glutes are nice and tight, and slowly come down to the floor. Give yourself a second to rest on the floor and then press up. Good. Now the good news is this is the last one in this position. We're gonna flip over into our onto our backs for the next move. So we have just over 10 seconds. If you can, pop up onto your toes, lift up, and then slowly bring it down. Can you bring your body up in one straight line? Push up and drop down. All right, I want you to flip over onto your backs. You're gonna have your shins parallel to the ground, hands just outside of your body, pressing on the floor, and you're just gonna drop one heel at a time. All right, let's go ahead. 3, 2, and 1. So dropping one heel to the floor, bringing it up, and then the other side. So when you're doing this, you want to keep your lower back pressing into the mat. You don't want your knees in by your chest. You do want your shins parallel to the ground, so knees are right over your hips. Pressing your lower back into the mat. You can use your hands a little bit to keep you grounded, but if you want, you can flip your hands over, palms up, and you might work your abs. Feel your abs work a little harder. Less support from your arms means your abs and legs work harder. Here we go. We got 3, 2, and 1. All right, this one, you're gonna keep your knees where they are. You're gonna bring your hands all the way out to the side. From here, you're just gonna drop your knees to 90 degrees. You're gonna bring it up, and you're gonna go to 90 degrees on the other side. All right, let's go ahead. So drop your knees to one side, keep your shoulders on the ground, and then pop up. Drop your knees to about 45, both shoulders stay on the ground, and then come up. Good, so you wanna bring those knees to that spot where you feel like you're just gonna drop your knees to the floor, but instead you use your core to lift those knees back up to center. And if you're anything like me, sometimes when you're doing this move, you tend to find your body shifting down your mat, and that's okay. Just go with it. Adjust your arms accordingly. All right, last one. All right, stay in this position. I just this time want you to drop your knees all the way to the floor. Keep it there. So if your knees are over to the right, I want you to look over at your left arm. So you're looking at the hand opposite of your knees. Good. And bring that up, right over to the other side. Knees drop to the floor. Eyes look over at the other side, keeping your shoulders placed on the mat. Good, nice good stretch here. And bring it to the center. I want you to reach your feet all the way out to one end of your room and reach your hands all the way over your head, stretching yourself all the way from one end of your room to the next, letting your lower back lift off the floor for this one. Good. Bring your knees in, roll it up, and you're all done today's 10-minute workout. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you tomorrow.